What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. We will be speaking about episode 12. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Taking it back a little old school. Everyone's got
we gotta give a
today.
little tribute to Tom Petty.
Yes.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
A lot has happened this week. Thank you for joining us on episode 12 Boxed In. Season 30, we've got all the scoop. My name is Paulina Aguilar, and you can find me on Instagram at Paulina M. Aguilar and on Twitter at _Paulina M. Aguilar. Stop laughing at me. Guys, and you just introduce yourself, okay?
Where's
Introduce
our
yourself.
rosé bottle? Come on, people. This is why we had a little bit of rosé. Veronica mentioned something about it, but we just drank the whole bottle for her in her honor.
Yes,
my name is Jenna Bussiere. You can find me on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere.
And my name is Pamela Gross. Thank you for joining us. You can find me across social media at Pamela Gross Gel.
My name is David Christopher, and you can find me on Instagram at DavidPunkRockChristopher, Twitter at DPRChristopher. How's it going, guys?
Woo! Good.
Right.
Now, we did reformat our show, and you guys may have noticed that our show may be a little bit hard to find. We did format it. The challenge now airs on YouTube, the competition, because it is a competition channel. That's because we're catering content to much of our wants and all of your shows currently live on content-specific verticals. So since you're a fan of our show, all of the content on this channel of the challenge should be right up your alley. So hit that subscribe button right now. We have 9 genre-based YouTube channels where you can find comedy, you can find drama, you can find romance, you can find competition, sports, whatever you feel like. The AfterBuzz leader in our custom TV coverage, and we're also always looking to improve. Let us know what you think about it on social media at AfterBuzz TV, and email us at info@afterbuzztv.com.
Boom.
A lot of information. It's a lot of changes, guys.
So yeah, AfterBuzz TV competitions is where it's at.
Find us here.
Right.
Okay, so let's get into it. We left off with Nelson getting kicked off at the show, which he should have been. And Hunter is on his own as a lone wolf. Well, it looks like he found a partner in Tony.
Interesting.
I'm afraid to ask your thoughts, but I have a feeling that I already know what they are.
Well, this is after we see the whole elimination, so maybe we should go over the deliberation first.
Sure. I like
Should we talk about how Tony gets into that situation? Was anybody... Well, okay, so Dario gets picked by CT, Camilla, Kayla, and Hunter.
I just want
Is
to
anybody
say,
surprised by this?
No, I just want to say I called it. Paulina, I called it. Yeah, so I wasn't surprised. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think we were pretty divided on Dario Tony. I don't even remember what I said. But we have to, before we go into the total recap of this, I want to give a shout out to Jenna, like her, not you, Jenna.
I was like,
TV Jenna.
I was feeling good for a second. I said,
Shout out to you too.
what did I
best-
do
You
to
got it.
deserve this? Thank you.
A shout out to our Jenna, as always, for being the beautiful light that you are. But to Jenna on the show for saying the best thing I think she's ever said, like her best drop, which was like, Tony's like the bitch of the group. But like that was like Jenna's wisest words. She was like, he doesn't realize, and this was like the foreshadowing for the elimination, that now that it's all really good, cool players that really have each other's back, like Tony's the bottom, and Tony literally doesn't get that. So it's even Jenna got it, not you, Jenna. That Jenna.
Well,
was
I'm
even
with
hip
my
to
other
that.
Jenna. I think it's very naive of Tony to have gone this entire game and not assume that this was going to happen.
That's exactly. It's not.
Okay.
It's just naive.
What did Jenna
You have-
say? Or someone, they could kill his puppy and he'd still be like, thanks, guys. I'm still on the team, right? Like,
You have Derek,
Yeah.
CT, Bananas, Leroy's their boy right up in there, same
it's
caliber.
like that
Jordan has
core,
been killing
you know?
it for years on this show. Tony, they like you as a guy and as a friend, but when it was going to come down to competition, you were going to get
They're
thrown in there.
expendable.
I mean, of course, it's you. You're going to take every single thing personally. It's just kind of comes with the territory. I'm sure I would too. Like, these are my
Sure.
friends. Why are you throwing me in? I thought you guys liked me. But at the same time, it's a game, and everyone's going to save someone's name at one point.
and they are
Right.
real pros, and he's like, ooh, like
Well, he's
a
like the
fun
newbie,
pawn.
you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, he's exactly like what they said. He's
Right.
kind of like the one that they kind of push around, punk around. You know, what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's expected. It's kind of it's common sense, really, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, but he genuinely was like butthurt and surprised, and which it's understandable. But
well, you said common sense, and we're talking about Tony, so you know, like there's not a lot of that going on. Let's all be honest with that one. Like he, you know.
I like Tony. I do like Tony. I
don't
say
dislike
that.
him
I like
anymore
Tony. There's something
either.
very likable about the guy. He's not the brightest light bulb.
I'm starting to view him as almost like special, where that it's not even like I can't even. I'm like, oh, Tony, like. It's become from like hating him and being angry at him to being like, Tony. I kind of get it that everyone, he's just
Likeable,
like,
right?
oh.
Like,
Oh, you're
I
just
mean,
a Tony.
I don't, right, Tony, wah, wah. Like we need a sound effect like
that seemed like a new thing. Like
Tony.
now when you do something completely
Right.
retarded, you're gonna be like,
So Tony.
Just pull the Tony.
I love that CT called Dario Sleeping Beauty, and that he's been sleep. This isn't a sleeping elimination, so how is Dario gonna do? Did you guys? How did you think going into this? Did you have Dario or Tony coming out with the W in the elimination?
Dario.
You did?
Me too.
I did because
was
he's
surprised.
smaller. I feel like the taller and skinnier you are, like Tony, the more linky and not as coordinated as a smaller person would be.
I have to agree with you on that, Jenna. I mean,
Yeah.
Paulina.
Wow, we do
Paulina.
not look the same.
Sorry. It's you in with the us. No, but yeah, I have to agree with you on that too. Just I guess kind of just doing the whole strategy thing. I thought the smaller competitor would have an advantage.
Yep, I feel like they're more coordinated. So and they can fit in tight, tight places, and they can jump and hop and skip.
As you were saying, you would kick butt in that.
I
job,
would
right?
kick ass in that because I'm little.
But
Okay,
you're
like let
scrappy,
me.
too.
I can be
More
scrappy, but I feel like I'd be Veronica. I'd go phew. Yeah, I'd be a cannonball
down.
and just go all the way down.
was
And
so
go, be a
quick with-
spider monkey.
But Dario should
That's
have
the
been
kind of challenge that
so
it was.
well rested
True,
for this.
good
Yeah.
point.
He should have had all his
I agree.
energy. So he
I agree.
true.
No.
Very true.
But yeah, I thought Dario was. I hate to. Oh, Tony. I just feel like he wouldn't figure out how to unlock the flag. Like I just think Tony bops
But do
things.
you think that Dario had to prove himself, seeing him in previous challenges?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, this is a
Yes.
whole different. I mean, it's a similar game, but at the same time, it's a whole different game.
Well,
know what I
you
mean?
can say that about any other winner or someone who's done well. I mean, can you say Bananas,
what you
who
did
has
with
won in the
Veronica.
past, and be like,
Exactly.
I want to get to
Yes,
that. 'cause
which
I have a good
exactly,
point for
it's
that.
like-
yes. But I'm just saying, like, with Bananas, who's won and done well. I mean, can you fault him for, say, sitting back a few challenges the way Dario did?
No, because Bananas
Dario's
isn't.
not bananas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like even Dario's no bananas. I do have to say that I really liked, just on a commentary, I love Dario owning it when they called him out when CT said the Sleeping Beauty thing, and Dario's like, if I said it was hard, I'd be lying.
Right.
Like he didn't. He did coast through, and
And
That
the
was,
thing-
you know.
yeah, that was the thing with him, and we talked about it a little bit outside, that it seemed like he was just lacking the competitive drive
Yeah.
and the energy. Like, sure, maybe you thought more athletically that maybe he would win this challenge, but he just looked in the camera, yeah, I'm here. Gotta do this
Yeah.
challenge. Here we go.
Yeah, Pam,
just
do it.
didn't
Go.
seem like he was ready.
this is the most exciting
was
and
kind
fired
of-
up I've been in this entire challenge. I'm really going to do everything it takes to bring home the win. That was my doubt. It was like, okay, like even we saw it. There was no fire in him. And that's a huge, athleticism is big, but that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
When you get that, I'm going to win fire, we've
right.
seen people that were like, where'd they pull
And he
that out
didn't
of
have
that
it.
win? And he did not have it. So
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't expect a whole lot from the guy. Like I said before, I didn't. We haven't seen nothing yet, so
Yeah.
it was his time to shine.
at all.
So
Even-
does Tony look good then by winning this? Is he a good competitor, or
I mean, by
he's just
default.
was lucky
By
and was
default,
better
you know.
than Dario?
Right.
I'm gonna disagree and give Dario the benefit of the doubt.
okay.
I think he is a little bit more athletic than Tony. I think Tony doesn't have the mentality for this. I think he looked out on this competition.
Right.
Paulina,
And
facts
that's what
are
I'm gonna
facts,
go through.
okay?
I'm gonna
Right.
go through this, and he won. Luck has a part of it.
It
though.
is. It's a
I mean-
mixture of like capability, sheer luck, circumstance. I mean, like these are always hard to say.
I think Tony wanted it more. Even at the end, you can see he was hyped up. His adrenaline was going. He was in that zone, and you know, like when you hit that switch, you're like in that zone.
Right.
And Dario was still like sleeping. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Tony just stepped up. So I think Tony. I don't think. It was
I
luck.
agree.
I
I
think it was
worked
luck.
for it.
Right.
I have to give credit where credit's due. Tony was pouring buckets of sweat. Dario at the end had the same like, well, I guess he got my number
Right.
this time. Like,
Yeah.
it's like He like looked like he didn't. He looked like they were like say something like from his bed. He didn't. He wasn't like even super ruffled. So it's like.
And of course, I didn't do this myself, so this is gonna sound, annoying to say, but this did not look like a hard elimination at all.
I agree.
You'd have to break some plastic wrap.
What?
Have you ever
Some
struggled with
saran
saran wrap to
I
cover
have.
a cold plate of
Yeah,
food?
but
But
not to rib.
leftovers, that's hard.
It does
You gotta
suck.
peel it back. It gets stuck to the fucking counter.
But for what? Okay.
It is hard.
But their elimination wasn't wrapping leftovers and putting it in a refrigerator. That was maybe even harder than this.
Well,
this
no,
was so
but
tight
I
you could
feel
just
like
break
you
through
have
it.
to have coordination. Look, you're small. You can fit and fall in those places, and with ropes and whatever tights that they were climbing on, you have to be coordinated and small and just have the ability to do that.
Sure, but this
when you're
just
tall
seems
and
like
lanky,
a-
you can't. I kind of liked it. I did. I haven't seen
loved
that.
it.
I haven't seen that.
I loved it. It was new. It was a great challenge. I'm with Jenna, and listen, live chat, we know. It's like, oh, we're sitting here, not doing the challenge. I get it. Not live chat, all the audience. It did seem, I was like, this doesn't seem so hard. Like, you're sort of going through ropes. Obviously, the time factor, it's a competition. It's rough, but I am with you. It wasn't like, I thought they were going to have to do, like, the rope in and out on 25 stories, and I was like, holy shiznat, this is going to be awful.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, go to the bottom, go to the top.
But as easy as you think that this is, it could be hard for some people, and they have to change it up. It can't be like, let's climb a mountain every single week, and you know,
loved it.
Everybody
You
has
know,
different
you,
advantages.
you have to balance it out. You have to even it out for the small people and for the
Right.
big people.
I loved it because it was a good playing field, and we really didn't know, having not seen something just like this before, we really didn't know who had the advantage. I did love it. Anissa, why couldn't you? I get it. It's hard. Sometimes, part two, can't someone crack the saran wrap struggle? Like,
Well,
can't they
all
make
I'm gonna say is like as a dude, like that challenge. I mean, I didn't think it was exciting. It was not one of my favorites, but it's scary as hell because if you do that concept of like you're saying going straight down, and you got all those ropes. That's not
just
very.
use your hands, though. Just grab on.
There's
and
a lot
so
of
you don't fall
areas
hard.
for
Yeah, it's easy to
concern.
say that, but if you slip, and especially if your body was just falling through,
Hey,
that's not the most
Wear a cup.
promising.
You know.
Wear a
Like-
cup.
I bet they wear
So that was scary. I will say that. That is scary.
athletic support,
Hashtag
my
wear
man.
cup.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, let's get to the eliminations because Hunter gave a burn vote to Jemmy, which I kind of think was a little BS. But let's move on to Veronica, who everybody thought she was the weak one.
Dude, she brought
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
also
brought
circling back to Tony and Hunter. So Tony wins. He's like, I didn't see that coming with his not being the number one. And you see him eating his eggs and Hunter talking to him. And Hunter's alone now after Nelson. So they decide to form an alliance, which I think
Yeah.
is going to come into play in
They're
the
not
future.
going to win at all.
No.
I mean,
They're-
at least
Well, you know what? You don't. I mean, because let's see who goes home right now, because that's going to be a big.
I
They're
don't
not.
think they
They're
have the
not.
best strategy as CT and Bananas.
Well, they
and
don't.
Derek.
They don't have the experience. That's where it's going to affect them. But at the same time, we'll see who goes home next week because they're going to take out someone.
Tony and Hunter.
It's not a it's not a terrible idea for the two of them to link up though, because
No,
they are
it's smart.
obviously
They
the
need to.
only
They have
partnership
to.
in the house that's going to
Right.
go against that major core group of guys that's left. They
I'm-
might not last, but hey, at least it's somebody on your
that's
side.
the best shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm glad Hunter has an ally. I'm sorry for him that it has to be Tony, but you do need someone on your back.
Yeah, right. In that position, I would have done the same.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
also
agreed.
now that Veronica came out of this elimination, first let's see. Again,
yeah.
kind of similar thing. Does this make Veronica look really good, or is it just kind of a thing where Anissa performed that bad?
Well, I think Veronica's an OG. We've seen her do many challenges. I don't think she really had to prove a whole lot, and it was the newbies that called her out. So to me, it's like one of those things like, and
Okay. Here's where I want to compare it to because I'm kind of torn. I'm a really big fan of Veronica, but it's kind of like the a-hole jock in high school who was really good in sports. You see him at your 10-year reunion and he's big and fat and he can't play anymore. Do you look at it like that, or do you look at it as like an elite athlete in the NBA, in the NFL, where he cannot do any wrong and he's just this great player?
Well, that's different. Are we talking like retired?
Well,
Like-
no, but that's a difference. Like Bananas has been around as long as Veronica has. The difference is Veronica took a break.
Right.
So she lost some of those skills.
I think
she's not as elite as she used to be.
I'm kind of on the page with the girls in the house and even the guys. CT, nobody wanted to pick Veronica to be on their team. That says something. That says a lot more than certain actions in the house. And I think, sure, she's an OG. She's been on the challenge a ton of times, but with her long hiatus, she does have to reprove herself again. She's not up to the athletic bars the rest of the girls.
It's 10 years later. And I would have to compete with my 10-year-old cousin if that was the case and be like, no, sit down. I'm the veteran. I'm the OG. Yeah. You still have the mentality of that you do have to prove yourself, but I don't feel like she's in a position where like, oh, you are an OG, but you're that good where I can't touch you.
Right.
She's not there.
Well, no, she's not that status. But what I'm saying is like I think we know that she's capable of a lot more, and I don't think it's that where it's like a Dario situation where it's like we don't really know yet. He hasn't done nothing yet.
Right.
Like we know what Veronica can do. Granted, there has been that hiatus. But at the same time, like
a break makes a difference, though.
Yeah, but she does still have the experience. You
yes.
know what I mean? Like,
well, so does Anissa, because she was, she was there, and you're nodding your head. I mean, I'm
not.
I feel like you've got words.
I'm excited because I really agree with like everything all of you are saying, and I was nodding real hard because it's like I don't think she's at the point where it's like rest on my laurels. I'm the boss. Everyone bow down to me. She's not that. So to be like, I don't have to prove myself. Yes, you do. These kids don't know who you are, and this is the current reality. Having said that, I don't understand why everyone's acting like she sucks. And even that's what it's like. Even in her game, that weird push the log, whatever she won with Leroy, she's done well. So I agree with her when she's like, I don't want to prove myself to Kayla, who's done nothing. Maybe she's kind of good sometimes on a team, but...
Well, Kayla's won 2 eliminations on her own. You have to remember that. And she took out a big dog, Jenna. And she's played a good game in this game. I think it's the format of the challenge now is that these people train all year to go on this show.
Right. Yeah.
So if you look like you're not up to the par as the rest of them, you're going to be the easy target. That's just the way that it is now.
I'm going to throw like a stake right through that because look at CT. CT's dad bod now, but he's still dominates.
He wins every season and has
strength.
But I'm saying, but he's not in the shape he used to be.
So can you say that for the same with, say, if you're comparing Veronica to Derek, who took a big hiatus?
Yes, but Derek's done better.
Yeah, but Derek was doing crazy manual labor.
Honestly,
that's different. Like
you're right.
Still
I think
doing
everyone's
like physical.
Well, you can still lose that. I mean, I know people that have a hard day job who can't run a mile to save their life.
Right, but a hard day job as opposed to working in oil fields and lifting all day using core
that's a hard day. That's a hard job.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
like,
but compared to running a mile in 7 minutes, I mean, come on, you can work a hard day job for 12 hours and not have endurance.
It's true. But back to bring it on back to Veronica real quick, I think it's across the board. She has been gone forever. She's not a major player in these games and hasn't been for a long time. We've got our, Camilla's, Cara Maria, and then we're seeing Tori, a newbie, prove it over. You don't want to mess with her. And then there's Veronica, who did well 10 years ago. Does she have to prove herself again? Yes. Does she deserve a little respect? Yes. I think it's not a black and white. Yeah. I understand her being affronted by a Kayla being like, heard you were good, show me. It's like, shut up, Kayla. But at the same time, yes, Veronica, show us.
Because that's the way this particular game is going. Veronica, you really haven't done anything in this season that much. And Kayla has won too, so maybe they want to see something from you. It's not that crazy. It's not that I dislike her. I still think she's good. I just think that I understand the point where she could show herself.
Forever. No, I love Veronica. And I think she will. I like that she was like, fine. You want to see me prove it? I'll prove it.
Yeah.
I thought
she did.
Yeah,
she killed
kicked
the whole
butt.
episode.
She smoked it. It wasn't like it was neck and neck. I think everyone acts like Veronica and Anissa, the old broads, aren't so good.
Which is
Veronica,
good. Take notes.
Okay,
great.
But Anissa though.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but
Anissa,
Anissa
she'll eat an eyeball though.
She'll eat a rat's head.
I think she's tough.
How are you gonna top that?
I just don't think she's that great of an athlete.
She sucks.
Yeah.
I bet she knows she sucks. She's not a great competitor.
I don't understand how breaking through the plastic wrap could have gone that wrong.
I agree.
We don't know how thick it was. I don't know how strong
Bend
or
down
how weak it
and
is.
bite it. Like if you're spending 10
I'm
minutes trying to
punching
jump
through
through.
it. I'm stepping through it. I mean, I don't know. What's your strategy through
I
that?
would do the
And
same
there's
thing. I
nothing
would've
you
been
can do.
like straight kicking through, and if that thing is not moving, then I'm clawing.
There's nothing that you can do about that.
Sharp nails.
Was this was this whole episode like a tribute to like nail? I feel like that's the like
Right.
kids
I
get
don't like
yourself
that
some
sound.
fake nails.
I
Like
hate
every challenge
Right.
involved the ability to scrape with nails.
I would have been like, hey, let me know when you're done. I'll smash that
This would
window
not be
because
good.
Yeah, that
I can't. That would have been fun. What about that 3D puzzle though?
What
Because
about
that seemed like, I mean, I feel like I can do it with like right here on the table, but in
No.
Do you all
Don't
like
skip me. I
Tetris?
skip.
Hands
I don't even have
down,
words
I
to
am
say
good
that.
at
I'd have been
Tetris.
so,
I like Tetris
dumbfounded.
too.
Yeah,
I feel like Pam would be really good at
I'm
that.
really good at Tetris and like I'm really good at shape stuff. That's where it's like, look, with your athleticism. That's what I love Veronica. I'm real good with shapes and putting them in a box. Veronica, though, we have to get back to. So Veronica not only smoked it in the Presidio, but then
challenge essentially.
so when we were watching it, I was like, dude, this is so rigged. The pink team is the A squad that had like CT, Cara,
Tori.
Camilla,
Cara
a bunch
wasn't
of
on
great
that
people.
one.
Who was the pink?
That was CT, Camilla, Leroy, Tori.
It's still a solid team.
And
Derek?
Derek.
I feel like
yes.
they were all divided
Yes.
pretty well.
I thought that was like an A squad. I thought
Yeah,
that,
everybody's good that's left on the
Blue-
show. Every
That's the thing,
team
yeah.
now is going to be pretty good except for the 1 or 2
But
weak
those
links
3
that-
girls on the winning team were Veronica, Brittany, and Jemmy, I think.
No,
Oh, no,
Kayla.
Kayla.
Yeah.
Still. Like, there wasn't any of our Tories, Cara Marias, Camilla. You know, this was a strange... And Tony and
But this
Jordan.
didn't
I
really.
mean, like, that was the
this
C
challenge
squad.
didn't really need the athleticism or the strength. They weren't doing anything endurance wise. They weren't doing anything head to head physicality. It was
Still,
all.
so-
it was. They literally had to scratch the
I
wall
hate
faster.
that.
I wouldn't
So this was
that.
anybody's game.
It was strange, though, that, you know, Camilla and Tony and Jemmy, they let... Not strange, but I was pleasantly surprised, because this... And sorry to move ahead, but whoa. I mean, we're set up for a power move, and having who I would consider, if you have to lump together, yes, everyone's strong at this point, I would say these are some of the weakest players. So the fact that they get to make this power move now...
Great for them.
But also, Veronica was like the calm, because we saw CT and Camilla sort of like aggressing one another about how to do it. We didn't see much from the pink team.
That was the pink team.
Oh, the pink team, the blue team.
The blue team we didn't see
was
anything
just like,
about.
what are we
Yeah.
doing?
They were second to break
Yeah.
through. Johnny Bananas tried to come up with some way that he could see the way that the puzzle pieces were painted and try and put that together. I mean, he's pulling out all the cards.
He was
He's been through
trying.
this many times. Yeah, not a bad call if you can use that kind of strategy and
Right.
smarts to go about it.
Right,
but-
it's like the edges of a puzzle. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
find the edges.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
get the
hard.
blue
I would,
sky.
totally,
yeah.
I would have been so lost in that position. I would have been relying on my teammates. I would have totally been like,
But I
But
also
Veronica, calm, cool, and collected, like, this is 3 sides. We need a piece with 3 sides to go. It was great and led that.
yeah,
weird
she
team to
handled
victory.
It. And again,
So-
proving herself. I think she more than shut up Kayla.
Go V.
Twice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Twice.
And the pink team couldn't do anything again, like you mentioned, because it was CT and Camilla, and I felt like it was Camilla just trying
That
to be annoying,
whole
and then
argument.
CT shutting it down. But Leroy was on that team, so that could have caused some awkwardness. That could have caused some tension, and there was no interaction. We haven't seen anything about Leroy and Camilla.
He's not a
since that night.
confrontational person, I feel
Right.
like. He kind
Mm-hmm. I
of
just thought that
stands
was
behind the
interesting.
lines
Yeah.
and let CT and Camilla, have at it. Now, we saw Camilla be safe the past couple weeks. Now, I have to ask, would you still vote Camilla in based off her actions a couple weeks ago? Because I'd feel like I'd be like, you know what? It's not personally Camilla, but it could have been anybody where I'd be like, you know what? F you effed up, and I'm voting you
Absolutely.
in. You had a pass last week. Here you go.
Well, we saw a
Because
small...
I kind of felt like, the way that she was talking and strategizing, I would have been like, you know what, Camilla, like you fucked up. I'm gonna vote you in, and I feel like Kayla had a strong personality where she could have said something to her face. You know, Kayla's all about, I will say it to your face and I'll straight tell you how it is. That's me. I still would have held it against her.
So I think that what you're saying, they sort of touched on when they had all the girls, well, Camilla and Cara mainly, sort of trying to ally with Jenna and Kayla, which I thought was weird because it's like, well, then just not ally, but they were saying like, well, we could break you up, but we're not. So remember that. You're welcome. You know, they were trying
that's
to sort
kind of annoying.
curry favor with those girls, which also it's like,
I didn't like that because Kayla and Jenna are a strong partnership, and they're not going around to anybody trying to make alliances or trying to break partnerships either. And Cara and Camilla are coming over saying, hey, we noticed you're both really good. Just want to let you know, you should have our back because we didn't say your name. But who's to say that you're not going to eventually say our name? And why are you trying to get into any of this partnership?
I think that goes maybe back to what Paulina, at least in my opinion, what Paulina was saying is that, because I think Camilla is I think she knows maybe in the back of her mind that she did screw up, that she might be the next target. So I think she's almost like in a desperation trying to play exactly.
I have her as my prediction. I think that they're going to choose her. I think they absolutely will.
Well, Kayla said Camilla this season's been off the chain. She went off on Leroy. I don't think I want to be her friend. She doesn't give a shit about you, Jenna. That was like the most I liked Kayla, and that was like talking shit but real, not just
seeing
sort of like
through it.
Right. It was like, well, I agree with her. I also thought that was a weird strategy for Camilla and Kayla. It's like, be better than that and smarter. Like, if you want to break those two up, then ally with Tori, Jemmy, Veronica, Brittany. Team up with the numbers instead of like stirring things up like with those two who are pretty, as much as they have each other's back, pretty under the radar in terms of scheming.
They don't really they don't
get involved in a ton of nonsense.
They don't really care about the politics. I feel like Cara and Camilla's going over to them was just so, it didn't even need to happen.
And they invited it. It's like, oh.
That'd be an awesome challenge to see both of them, or all four of them essentially do something like to battle. Obviously it won't happen, but that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah. Well, who knows what the edit is. The only good thing, the only smart move I could think about that was them proposing like it should be the four of us at the end, so you don't say us and we won't say you. Maybe, but they didn't show that. They just had it be like the two of them separately approaching them saying like, so remember, I'm not trying to break you up. It's like,
it almost makes me more skeptical of you. I'm like, oh, now I'm actually paying attention to you being weird, as opposed to before I didn't even pay you a mind.
It seems weird.
It
was weird. It was weird. It was weird, and it seemed beneath a Cara and a Camilla.
I think it's because they're threatened and they're not used to being.
But
in
what
that position.
About Tori? What about, I guess, that Tori's not an alliance? Those two are.
She is, though. She is with them, but it's not as strong as I think Jenna and Kayla's partnership.
It's not Torela. Torela. Yeah. Janela.
What is our live chat thing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing in the live chat? What do you guys think?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Jenna.
Let me catch up with you. I'm sorry.
As Jenna catches up, who do you think we're gonna see next week?
Okay, great question. I think shout out to the show. I love that they did it this way. That it was like one person's going into the Presidio and one's going straight to the Redemption, because that's it. They're in the Redemption house. They don't
Otherwise,
get to compete.
it would be a extra long season.
It would. It is getting down to the nitty gritty. It is good.
It looks like our live chat is agreeing, and they would vote in Camilla based off of her actions.
Camilla and Bananas.
I mean, that seems to be the trend. You go out, you get drunk, you do something stupid, you're getting voted in. So why should she be?
Right.
The fact that Jordan got away with it. I mean, Camilla got away with it and Jordan did not.
Right. Why should Camilla be exempt?
So they have the big agreement, which I think in their agreement of he might ask us right now, who are we going to say? And they all high five or whatever. I think that is a full-on Bananas and Camilla. For the Presidio, I think that the conflict we see, I think that what's his name wants Tony and what's his name wants Hunter.
Yeah, as I said, that's
or
definitely...
Hunter. Tony wants someone wants Hunter and someone wants
I think Hunter's in the mix, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Jordan's saying Hunter because he's
for sure. They've got vendettas.
Loyal to the alliance.
Right.
And then girl for the Presidio, I don't even know. Maybe
I think it's gonna be Hunter and Camilla.
I think it's gonna be Bananas and to the Redemption
house
or to the Presidio, because they get two.
If it were me, I'd send her to the Presidio.
I think Camilla's
Camilla
going
to the Presidio, because they said
I don't want her to come
if
back.
we compete against her, she might win.
If I'm going to send someone home, I'm going to send you home. I'm not going to send you to a chance where you can come back.
Either way, it's a chance where they can come back.
Either
Exactly.
way.
Well, fight for it instead of like...
Yeah. You gotta fight. So I think Bananas and Camilla in the Redemption House, and I think it's going to ultimately wind up being Hunter, because I think Tony's going to be able to be talked into it, and maybe Cara, maybe a Kayla. Oh, Kayla's a winner.
Everyone, no one's safe. You're all getting voted in one way or another.
What do you guys think?
The plot twist at the end of this is that if they can't, they seem to be in a draw. So if they can't decide, the team is gonna go in.
Right.
And David Christopher caught what was up. What did you say when that teaser came up?
No, I felt like we said it, but I felt like that was the issue. I felt like, Tony was trying to throw in whoever, like obviously one of the big dogs, and then I felt like, obviously Jordan's staying true to the alliance, and he's probably trying to throw in Hunter. And obviously now that that's an alliance between Tony and Hunter,
right?
I think that's where that issue is, where they can't decide. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see
I don't
what happens.
know.
We're about to find out.
Right.
We're all going to find out next week. But before we do have some gossip and some updates that we are so happy that you guys are tweeting us. But before we get to that, we want to talk about the new show, Valor, which is going to be premiering on the Charlie Whiskey Television Network, also known as the CW. 2 special ops Army helicopter pilots are breaking boundaries and defying all expectations. Their bravery in the face of impossible odds earned them the Distinguished Flying Cross for Valor. But together, they are finding that the truth is the first casualty of war. During their last mission, something went wrong, something no one is talking about. And when they do go into the combat zone, not everybody comes home. And it's sad. So now that they have secrets, they're also patriots and refuse to leave any man behind. So what would you do if you had to break the rules to do what is right?
It's so like the challenge. If you enjoy the challenge.
It's the drink challenge. They may not do everything what is right. Would you stay grounded? Would you step in line? Or would you go to lengths to learn the truth? And they do share secrets, go on the Kleinstein missions. They risk their lives. They, limb on each other to depend on each other. So how close would you get to the only person who really knows you? It's the explosive new drama that pushes the boundaries between military discipline and human nature, and that is the new series that is right on target. Valor, the world premiere after the season premiere of Supergirl Monday on the CW. You do not want to miss it. And I do want to touch on what would you do if you had to break the rules to know what is right. I do want to say something on behalf of AfterBuzz on the Las Vegas shooting that did happen this past weekend. Our condolences and support go to the families and the victims and everyone that was involved in that. It's something that none of us want to witness, none of us want to see, none of us want to be involved in at all. So, our condolences and support go to everybody that was involved. It's, it's not something that everybody wants to go through. It's sad. It's sickening. On a brighter note, though, let's get on to some gossip. How about that?
That's a switch up, man.
Let's go. Let's get into some gossip.
All right.
Peace and love, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love all around the world. All right. Well, the first gossip is let's get on to the new cast members of season 31. It did come out.
Shout out to our girl, Olivia P. Olivia _
Olivia P.
0912 on Twitter, who hit us up, and she sent us the, guess what? The Vevmo link. Whoa.
It was accurate, huh?
No.
It is.
This is for
kind of.
This is season 31, which we don't know what the
and they
theme is.
departed Friday, if I'm not mistaken. They've
snap.
already left. Jenna, hit it.
Oh,
Hit
hey.
it.
Okay, so we have a list of some of the new cast members who are rumored.
Okay.
There's Elisha Wright from Are You the One season 5. I have zero idea who she is. Do you guys?
Live chat
I
house.
saw
Are You the
her
One?
on Are You the One. I did not finish the season, so that tells you a lot about that.
Okay.
We have Brittany, who is on this season, coming back for another one.
Our
Which, by the way,
Brittany.
did you know that she models on motorcycles?
Topless motorcycle
Yeah.
model.
I do now.
That was my biggest reaction to that one, exactly.
Really?
Cara
That's a
Maria,
different show.
Cara Maria
right.
coming back, which I don't find to be that much of a surprise.
It's
I feel
not.
like we
It's
can just
not.
we
Go
can expect to
Cara.
see her
Yeah, hold on.
every
Go Cara.
season. No, but I'm
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
I mean, let's bring her back. Let's see what's
Yeah,
up with
see
her.
what you got.
Jemmy's gonna come back. Which
Yay, Jenny.
so happy about.
Yeah.
I love her humor. I love her
Uh-huh.
little tidbits. Her confessional interviews are amazing.
Her Twitter game is on
Kayla.
point. Kayla.
We got Kayla who's got some haters, so let's stir it up. I'm liking it. We have another Are You the One? Cam Williams. Zero idea. Sorry, Cam.
Girl, boy?
We obviously
She's got
don't
some
watch.
Oh, she's a girl. Okay.
We obviously don't watch Are You the One on the show.
Paulina does,
Oh,
right?
this is one of the big ones that I was happy about.
couldn't get through it.
Kelly.
Kelly Ann
No
coming back.
way!
Yes.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I'm so happy.
Kelly
It's
Ann.
okay. Relax.
No, I love
break
it
it
though.
down.
No, Kelly Ann's been out of the game for like
Not that
5
long.
years. For her last thing was like with Evie, who I love. Who I
No,
want
Kelly
back.
Ann
Her
Judd.
cousin.
Real
Kelly
World
Ann.
Yes,
Sydney.
Kelly Ann. What? Oh, wait, what?
She was with her cousin when she
Oh
competed.
yeah, still, it's been a while. I haven't seen her since then.
But
Cousin
Pam-
to-
It
yeah.
hasn't been that
How
long.
excited are you?
I love Kelly Ann. She's always good for drama.
Next.
Kelly Ann's the femme.
I
girl.
like her
Okay.
because she
like
always
her
looks
too.
so happy and poised and well put together.
good,
But when
though.
she snaps, she crazy.
Yeah, she cray.
So I'm very
Yeah, yeah.
happy about it. Marie.
Love
Marie
Marie.
Rhoda is
Nice.
back. She'll be funny.
Welcome back.
Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky because on Vevmo we have some Big Brother cast members, which
Ooh,
I don't know
I
if
don't
this
watch
can
that
happen.
show.
I
I
don't
don't
think
watch
that
that
can
show.
happen.
See, I don't like this.
They can't put Big Brothers on the
They are.
MTV.
They
Are
are.
they really?
MTV.
Is that allowed? Is that,
This is what
can-
Vevmo's
is that
saying.
legal?
So how are we supposed to know that?
Maybe
that's
Vevmo just
exactly-
thinks they're talking about Big Brother season a million.
I've
Is
never
this-
seen that show. I don't know anything about
Okay,
them.
so I
You
have
know
to
what?
say-
hey, all you out there in the cyber world, you guys are good at this too. Let us know if this is accurate. Do your research. We'll
Olivia,
find out.
we need to do our research.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should know that.
What do you
okay?
think? The Big Brother people
Okay,
are on
let's
it?
let's
there's
let's
a
keep
few
it
Big
moving.
Brother
For those of you who do
people-
watch Big Brother, name them who we are because there are fans
Okay,
that watch
there
it.
is Michelle Big Mish Meyer and Natalie Nagrati, which, hey, she went to my high school.
Shut up.
Really?
Jersey
Same
and the
class?
Hazy.
No, she was a few years older than me. Natalie Nagrati, South Brunswick, New Jersey High School. What's up?
Maybe
so
you
she's
should
on.
Facebook her.
Yeah, she was a Knicks dancer for a while too.
No way.
So hey, maybe they're bleeding into each other. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so now we have Nicole Sanada back from Real World Skeletons, our lovely Long Island police officer with her accent.
Oh, Nicole.
And then we
Laurels.
can still see if she is dating Laurel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think they're like super serious.
And her skeletons buddy Sylvia, which will only be her second challenge coming back. She did Invasions, so let's see what she's about.
She didn't do
she
very
was
well.
sent home decently
do very
early.
well.
Oh, she was. I watched her Real World. She was with Tony.
So let's
Yeah.
see if she maybe took this time
She
off
was.
to get more in shape. Veronica said to be coming back. Corey Brooks, Big Brother.
We've got
Corey Warren.
Corey Warren. We've got Devin coming back. We've got CT, of course.
Johnny
we've got
Bananas.
Bananas. Are You the One? Cast members. Leroy.
All right.
I mean, at this point,
Looks great.
I'm
glad. Wes?
A lot
We
of-
got any Wes?
we've got Nelson.
Nelson?
We've got an MTV UK. Is that a mugshot?
Wait a second.
They
What?
put a mugshot of Tony. I'm sorry, that is not okay. Actually, they should have.
real?
They literally put a mugshot
It's
of
public
Tony.
record.
No.
It is,
That's
but
public
I mean,
record.
you're on the show for how long? They're not really gonna put anything else. And Zach is coming back, so we've got a lot of veterans and everyone else. Also, before we wrap up, because we do have to wrap up soon, I want to tell you that I did speak on the spinoff for the All Stars versus Celebrities, which is season 2 from last Celebrities versus All Stars.
It's all getting so
Champs versus
confusing.
pros.
Champions,
Yeah,
champions.
it's all getting so confusing.
Champions, excuse me. I spoke to a manager who I thought, T.O., we all saw online that was supposed to be on it. He was offered the job and did not take it. So T.O. will not be on it. And if this manager
Okay.
told me wrong information, I know where he works.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we might have a little wrinkle in our Vevmo
I
source,
don't think T.O. is on it. It was rumored to be on it on Vevmo, but he supposedly refused the job.
So
Hey.
get
Yeah, so
over
we're
it.
all gonna have to see what
rolling.
happens next week. So to wrap it up, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, David Punk Rock Christopher, and Twitter, DPR Christopher.
And you can find me across all platforms at Pamela Gross Jill. And peace, love, and understanding, everyone.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere. Thank you for watching.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram and at Paulina M. Aguilar. And we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.